So, Prey launched on PC, Xbox One and PS4 this week, but is it any good? Well, knows, there's no review copies. And for PC players, unlike consoles, there was no demo for it either.
A demo for Arkane's latest first-person adventure, Prey, arrived on PS4 and Xbox One just over a week ago. There was no demo on PC, prompting all kinds of concerns about the state of the PC release, given how shitty Dishonored 2 was on PC at launch. In an effort to appease those kind of concerns, Rafael Colantonio, co-creative director at Arkane Studios, told GameSpot, "We're pretty confident. First of all, it's not like we first do the game on console and then in the end we suddenly port the game to PC. It starts on PC. That's how game development works. At this point the game is fully ready, but that's what we've been doing for the past months. A lot of tests on different configurations and making sure it works. So we're pretty confident. You never know, but we're pretty confident." Sounds like he's pretty confident.
True. Okay, so if they are so confident in the quality, why is there no demo version of the game on PC? Well, this time, talking to OzGamer, Colantonio said this week that the lack of the demo on PC was simply a resource assignment thing. Besides, PC has Steam, he said. Steam players can just return the game after 2 hours, so it's like a demo already.
That's not what Steam refunds are for.
Really?
Mr. Colantonio. It's one thing for a gamer to say, you know what, who cares, I'll just try out and then refund it on Steam if I don't like it. That's one thing for normal gamers like, you and us to say, but he's a developer. He works for Arkane Studios. He shouldn't be saying that kind of thing. And I reckon Valve will be pretty annoyed.
Yeah, it's not the policy on Steam. But I guess I know why he's aware of the fact that people can refund on Steam, because loads of people did for Dishonored 2 because it was broken. It was shit.
I bet a lot of refunds were getting claimed on the game.
Incidentally, got PC Gamer of the Year last year. How the does that work? It was broken.
But when it does, oh boy, is it good. The thing about resource assignment, that's something that PC gamers are well used to hearing. I mean, things like controller support on certain games. Mass Effect, BioWare always said, we're not getting controller support onto Mass Effect. Some people want to play those games on controllers because it's quite, a cinematic experience kind of thing, I guess. You want to sit back or whatever. You can't do it because they didn't have the resources to do it, even though the controller support already existed on Xbox and PlayStation. Couldn't be passed over to PC because resources.
To me, it makes more sense. The reason why they're not releasing a demo on PC is that they're still trying to optimize it. They're still trying to put more, PCs take a lot of time to optimize because there's so many varying different combinations of hardware, and that's the problem. Whereas on consoles, you've got set hardware and you know exactly what you're developing for, whereas on PCs you have to make sure every base is covered, so it takes a longer to develop. And I can see the criticism that some people have saying it's a shitty PC port, where he's saying here it's not a PC port at all. Like, it started out on PC and then ported over the other way, but it just takes longer because it's PC, and that's just the nature of development on PCs. Colantonio also told OzGamer it's a different engine to Dishonored as well, so we might have our own sets of problems, but we are of course very careful because of what happened with Dishonored 2. I keep on hearing, oh yeah, they're going to screw up the PC port. There is no PC port, he said. We do the game on PC, it's a PC game.
An important point to remember in all this is the fact that there are no review copies of Prey. Why? Because there are no review copies of any Bethesda games anymore, because Bethesda are bastards. By the time this video goes live on Saturday morning UK time, the world will have had a good day or so to play the full game for themselves. That is literally going to be the first chance that many of us will get to find out just how well the game runs and how it performs on PC. Bethesda's attitude towards reviews and this Arkane guy dismissing the need for a demo on PC entirely because, hey, Steam refunds, that is totally out of line. It's anti-consumer and it shows no respect to their fan base on PC, who, without a demo or early reviews, cannot educate themselves in any way as to how well the game performs.
So let's talk about reviews. Why do we have reviews? Just so that the public can be forewarned before buying a game. The fact that they're not allowing people to have review copies before the game is launched, it means that a lot of people are going to be hyped for the game and not be informed about the game before they make the purchase. There's like no forewarning, and that works in their favor, not ours.
And this thing about review copies with Bethesda, we've gone into it on the channel loads before, but it's really relevant here as well. And the thing they did when they announced their new review policy was to try and divide journalists and the community by saying, oh, we wanted everyone to experience the game at the same time. Well, that is bloody useless, right? And it's very much the case here, because reviews aren't just made by games journalists anymore. They're made by citizen journalists, I guess, on YouTube, just everybody.
People like us.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess so, yeah, because people can get their hands on the games early and, from across the gaming community now. And this kind of review embargo from Bethesda, it just embargoes any kind of discussion whatsoever. They'll just just clamp down on it because it's before the embargo. Well, there is no embargo now. They just don't give the game out, so it's literally impossible to talk about it. It's quite a difficult issue on the other side of it. For Bethesda, it's great because it's, you know, it means more sales from people going in blind.
Less people cancelling their pre-orders because they hear that the game is shit.
Exactly, yeah, it's exactly that. It's good for them, but it's really bad for us and the consumer in general. It's just not a good thing at all. You combine that with this thing about demos and, you know, refunding a game after 2 hours anyway, so it doesn't matter. That's a very anti-consumer attitude to have.
So he is saying that you can refund it if it doesn't work, but that's no consolation really, is it? If it doesn't work, we'll refund it anyway. Just like, is the game any good first? Like,
I reckon it takes longer than 2 hours a lot of the time. Like, you'll be playing it for 2 hours and you might be, you know, you might be in a haze of like, this game is great for 2 hours, and then after 3, 4 hours, 5 hours, you'll be like, hang on a minute, spot all these problems with it after, you know, it takes longer than 2 hours. So 2 hours isn't exactly a very generous amount of time either.
Saying that, if it's anything like Dishonored 2, it was broken from the start.
Away,
it was fucking
punch in the face.
And on the topic of encouraging people to discuss things here on the internet, let's have a look at what you've been saying on our videos this week.
First up on the games industry is actually booming video. Jared Steele says, much prefer to own a physical copy whenever I can. Normally cheaper and you actually own it and can always swap it for something else. And it looks good on your shelf, lol.
Actually, Jared is in the minority these days because apparently twice as many games are sold digitally than they are physically nowadays, which is a surprise to me. But I always prefer a physical copy of a game. But I mean, it's more convenient, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the thing with physical games is that what you've pointed out right here. The reason I like physical games is I can sell them on and, you know, get some money back for them. They hold value, which is cool. That's one thing you really don't get in digital. However, digital games, you don't have to get off your ass to put it in the PlayStation or the PC, I guess, for no games ever anymore. But yeah.
Next up, Seamus O'Neill comments on the same video. My entire collection of physical games was robbed about 5 years ago. Haven't bought a physical game since.
Well, sorry to hear that, dude.
Sorry about that.
Digital games can still get stolen though. I've like had my account hijacked and stuff from PlayStation in the past, where someone, you know, you just get your login details. I'd say it's even more likely that you'll lose some access to digital games or whatever by someone, because you can just register someone else's PlayStation is yours. If you just get their password and email address, bang! Like every digital game they've ever owned, you could download right there.
Can you?
Yeah.
Wow. Guys, leave your login details down below.
I feel like that, because that could be huge. That could be like hundreds of games, or it could be like 4 games or something.
It's like my collection of games, like 4 games.
Yeah. Next up, commenting on the COD video, Bam6667 said, but did you know that Winston Churchill sold his troops supply crates? Yeah, I also heard that General Dwight D. Eisenhower was a big fan of the pink and black camo weapon skin.
Next up on a AA Games video, Sarah Sonar comments, ironically, AA batteries are bigger than AAA batteries. That's funny because I always was told that size doesn't matter. I mean, isn't that true, Mike?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's what my wife tells me.
Commenting on the Little Nightmares video, Dan D says, uploading the full podcast to YouTube a week after Patreon is a good system. It's almost like Patreon is a pre-order bonus and you guys are EA. No, but seriously, it's pretty fair for everyone.
I liked where he was going, but then he like flipped on us, didn't he?
You guys are EA.
He almost complimented us. It's right in the heart, though. And last up, on last week's roundup video, no subscribe comments. Putting milk in first is gross.
It's not gross, it's efficient, right? Because you can get the milk, you can put it in the mugs as the kettle's boiling, then you can go and return it to the fridge, by which time the kettle's boiled. I'm just, you know, I want to work, I want to be as productive as possible. That's why I put the milk in first.
You know as well as I do that nobody agreed with you on that video, and what you just said was lazy bullshit
It's
excuses.
not lazy, it's productive. Efficient.
Stop digging if you find yourself in a hole, Mike.
So guys, what are your thoughts on the situation with Prey? Are you planning to pick it up? Let us know what you think down in the comments. Remember to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Check out more of our content right here, and there's a link to Patreon if you want to support the channel. We'll see you next time.